everything in the frame a little bit better here. All right, let me know if you can see me. It's been a very busy afternoon. Been scrambling to try to get here on time and get everything ready. I'm not sure if I started a new live or if I'm on the original live that I have scheduled, so hopefully that doesn't cause any conflict. And if you're here, just let me know. Let me get everything situated here. All right, let's see if I can find my live. Okay, let's see here. Hi Lori, I can't really see my live yet. Let me see if, just give me 1 minute, sorry. Okay, there I am. All right, so I have Donna. Oh, you're so welcome, Donna. All right, welcome, welcome. Sorry, it's just been a little crazy afternoon and I've been scrambling trying to get everything ready and get my notifications turned off and all that good stuff. So if you're here, just let me know. Hopefully I'm on that scheduled live. I know sometimes people hopped onto that and they commented, but I couldn't see them because I started a new live. So just let me know if you're here. And I've been trying to figure out what we're going to do today. And Donna, can you see everything okay in the frame? Hi, Lori. Welcome, welcome. Just let me know if you could see my mat okay. I always have a hard time trying to adjust my camera angle and get everything situated. I just need to take a deep breath. It's been really crazy. We're leaving for vacation tomorrow, so I've been trying to get everything ready for that. And all right, we have Lori and Donna, two Donnas. Hi, Donna. Welcome, welcome. I got crown number 1, 2, and 3. Yay, welcome back, everyone. Okay, great. Thank you, Lori. Sometimes I can't tell if I'm in the frame or not. So if you feel like you can't quite see it or I need to tilt my camera, just let me know. And we'll just give it a couple minutes. Let me gather myself and we're going to get started. Let me get a couple sips of coffee here. My crafting fuel. Okay, so I've been really busy. We're leaving tomorrow to Oklahoma and I've been working on 2 tutorials to get scheduled for when I'm gone. I have one coming out this Sunday and I think you're really gonna love the next 2 that I have coming out and the following Sunday. And I'm hoping to get on here live and share with you my second one that I have scheduled because it's just a really fun wreath. And I'm really getting into these flowers. I've always loved the flower wreaths, but lately that's where I've been heading towards. I've been making a lot of flowers lately and they're so much fun to make. So I really wanted to been trying to look at my mesh and figure out what we're going to do for the live today, and I decided I wanted to show you the Poinsettia Wreath. I do have one on my YouTube channel that's made with the poly burlap, and we're going to do a Deco Mesh one. And they both are the same technique, but they have completely different looks. And then as time goes on, I do have some different styles that I want to do in my tutorials and show you as well. But right now we're doing a basic poinsettia wreath. It's really pretty. It's a great one for the holidays. It's a great one if you sell wreaths. It's always been a very popular seller. Make a great Christmas gift, hostess gift, housewarming gift for the holidays, and it's really easy to make. So I wanted to show you that today. Hi, Christina. Welcome. Hi, Lori. Welcome. Oh, good. You can relax and watch with me. Great. Turbo's, he's doing okay. He had, his belly was kind of rumbling. Usually, sometimes he'll have an upset stomach. So I was trying to take him outside before the live, and then my husband pulled up, and I was like, can you please take him out because I'm going live. And I think he wants to come inside. Turbo, you going to come in on your bed? He'll be in a minute, and I keep forgetting. Try to remind me. I want to bring him on at the end and for him to say hi. I always mean to do that, and then I forget. Okay, Turbo, why don't you go on your bed, and then you can come say hi to everybody in just a little bit. Okay, hopefully he'll be okay. I don't know. He's a little... Now he wants back out. So it might be one of those kind of days where I have to let him, because if I have the door shut and he wants in, he starts clawing out the door. So, okay, so let's see. Yeah, he'll be doing okay until he starts seeing us pack the suitcases, and then he gets very anxious. But okay, so we're going to get started, and we're going to start with an 8-inch wire wreath frame, and these are great to use for flower wreaths. You get them from the Dollar Tree in a 2-pack, so even with that price increase, it's still a great deal, and you can use these for so many different wreaths. Okay, Lori, thank you. Thank you. Please do, because he wants to say hi. He is a handsome boy, and he knows it too. All right, so okay, we're going to get started. Let me just get settled in here. It's a hot one out there. I'm sure it's hot for everybody as well. So I might have to prep some more mesh, but I did prep. We're just using the basic Hobby Lobby Deco Mesh for this one. And like I said before, if you want to see the different look of how it looks with the poly burlap, just go to my YouTube channel and you can see it on the tutorial over there. So we're going to start by loading the plastic mesh into the center, and these are great. You get them at Hobby Lobby in a pack, and they're perfect for the 8 inches because it fits right in the center. And I should have had all this done. I apologize for not getting my prep done ahead of time, but I'm going to just start adding this with some zip ties. Hi, Cindy. Welcome, everybody. It's so great to have you all here. Thanks for joining me. And I'm going to start scheduling some, going to really start getting a list down for the lives that I want to show you. It's just been a little crazy this summer with our cruise and our next trip. So once those are over, I can really start focusing on the holiday wreaths that I'm going to make and get my supplies ordered and all of that good stuff. Hi, Vicky. How do you say that there's nothing to send it to your wall to save it? I'm not, let's see, Vicky, I'm not sure exactly how do you say that there's nothing? I'm not sure what you're asking, Vicky. To send to your wall to save it, like your, are you talking about on YouTube or Facebook? Hi, Deborah, Debbie, sorry. It comes up as Deborah on here. So I know your mom's the only one that calls you Deborah. Henry will be... Debbie got a new kitten and she's a crafter. So Henry is into everything. He is the cutest little guy. You can't save this video. Well, the video, so basically once I do this live, it's always going to be on my YouTube channel. It'll always be saved. You would just go to my YouTube channel, and of course it's going to take overnight to upload, but you would go to my YouTube channel, and there's a bunch of categories. There's videos, there's posts, there's shorts, and there's live. So when you go under the live category, you'll see all of my lives. And if you ever want to save any of those lives, like pin it in your notes or anything like that, there's 3 little dots to the right. You just click on those, you hit save or share, I forget what it says, and then you could you know, put it in your notes or to refer to later. But you can always go back to my YouTube channel and find my lives. And same goes with my tutorials. The tutorials are always under the video tab. And then I do like shorts, which are more like just little clips, almost like a little reel. And those are under the shorts. And those I always keep kind of, I like to do like really fun shorts and just kind of funny things for that. Oh, you're heading to the Outer Banks. Oh, cool. I've watched that show on Netflix, and if that's the same place, it looks so pretty. That'll be really nice, Donna. How long are you going for? Yeah, anytime, Lori. Yep. Those 3 little dots to the right are how you'll be able to save it. And then once it uploads overnight, then I'll go in to the description and I'll add all of my links and to my Amazon store and a description and a supply list for the tutorial. Ooh, fun, Donna. I can't wait to hear about it. What do you have planned? Some rest and relaxation on the beach. Okay, so I have the plastic mesh attached. I usually just do 2 zip ties per section. We're using the 10-inch Deco Mesh. This is from Hobby Lobby. And I have it cut into 10-inch pieces. Dolphin watching. Ooh, how fun. Oh, you're going to have such a great time. So I have a basket full of my mesh here. And this is going to be very similar to the sunflower that we did. But it's going to be really full because we're going to stuff it on here, okay? All right, so we're going to take our mesh and have it curl side up, and we're just forming a triangle, folding it in half, corner to corner, to form a triangle. And with this, it doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? You don't have to have some perfect triangle, anything like this. It's all just going to look really pretty in the end. So you're making your imaginary line going to the point down that center, and you're just pinching and grabbing to that point. And then once you get to that point, we're folding it in half, and you have the angel wings. So if you join me on that one live where I did the sunflower, we did a couple different ways, and this was one of them. Oh, Debbie, you could talk. It's okay. Your ladybug, but then you could watch and craft at the same time too. I want to see if I can't get away with using these little zip ties. We'll see. So then we're just going to zip tie it on that middle bar, the number 2 bar. There's 3 bars on this little 8-inch wreath frame. And for this outside row, we're going to use 2 zip ties. See how it curves a little bit like that? We want it nice and straight just for this outside row. So we're going to put another zip tie in the opposite direction, and that's going to help straighten it up. And see how that makes it nice and straight now? Are you doing the ladybug with the little scallop petals? I've always loved that one. That's been on my list of to-dos for a while, but I won't be getting to it this year because it's time to move on to hi Tamara, thank you, you're so sweet. Oh my goodness, I just love my followers. I have the best followers ever. So then we have our little angel wings nice and straight on that middle bar. So I'm going to try to go kind of fast here because we're going to be using a lot of these, because with this Deco Mesh, it you add a lot more than you would if it was the poly burlap mesh, because this is a lot thinner. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Hi, Deb. Welcome. Welcome. So we're making our angel wings. We're doing a poinsettia wreath today. And I'm adding to the number 2 bar. And I think what I'm going to do is preload some of these to make it a little bit easier. Let me just hold that right there. So I'm going to add some zip ties here and just do a couple little clicks to get all of these preloaded. And that way this can go a little bit faster. Thank you, Deb. I really appreciate that so much. Thank you. And if anybody has any ideas of things that they want to see me do, let me know. I have a couple really fun flower tutorials coming out the next 2 Sundays that I'm really excited about. One is with the 21-inch mesh, and the other is with the regular mesh. Okay, so I just preloaded a few zip ties. We'll get those out of our way, and we're just going to start loading this up with our angel wings. And I'm coming down about a 1/2 inch, 3/4 of an inch from the bottom. I started, Diana, I started with, I did 15 and then I did 12. So, but I feel like we definitely are going to have to cut some more. I just didn't quite have enough time to prep everything like I wanted to. So I'm just doing zip ties in the opposite directions to help keep this outer row nice and straight. And they're cut at 10 inches. If I was going to guess, I would say you would use like 2 rolls of the Hobby Lobby Deco Mesh. If it's Craft Outlet, you'd probably use like 1 and maybe a little bit of the next roll if you had that kind of mesh. Lolly petals. Oh yeah, because they have that, their mesh is a little bit, some of that mesh is bigger, the 10.5 inches. You can always, have you tried cutting it at 10.5 inches and make a 10.5 by 10.5 square? Hi Renee, welcome, welcome. Today we're making a poinsettia wreath, and we're doing a Deco Mesh one. I've also done them with poly burlap, which they both have different looks to them. They're done the same way, but different looks. And I really love the look of the Deco Mesh one. I made one of these for my neighbor a while back, and I really loved it with the Deco Mesh, the regular Deco Mesh. But I'm going to be doing a tutorial with another style in the white. That'll be a few weeks away. Oh, did you like your cauldron? I liked your cauldron, Debbie. I thought that turned out really cute. Where did you find your legs at? Because I have a lot of people asking me for where I got my legs. And I do have some linked in my Amazon store, but you have to like flip one of the legs to get the toes pointed outwards, which is fine. You just have to flip that felt buckle to the other side. But I got my legs at the 99-cent store when it was open. Yeah, people have been saying that they've had a hard time finding the turkey this year at Hobby Lobby. So I don't know if they're going to bring that back. It wasn't a wreath attachment. It was just in the home decor section. And I mean, I would imagine they always have the same stuff. So we're see how we're crisscrossing it? And that's making these nice and straight. So they're not like falling at an angle. Hi, Concetta, welcome, welcome. Yes, these are pre-cut. They come in a pack. I don't know exactly where my pack is. My drawer's a mess right now. They come in a pack from Hobby Lobby. I don't know how many's in there, but they're just the perfect size for the 8-inch wire wreath frame for the center. And but you can also buy the sheets at Hobby Lobby as well and cut them yourself. Yeah, I would do that, Debbie. Then you'll have a nice square piece of mesh to make those scoops. And it'll probably be a bigger scoop, but it'll still be really pretty. At least you'll have a square that you can work with. Hi, Kimlesh. Welcome. Welcome, Kelly. Welcome. We are making a poinsettia wreath, and what I'm doing is I'm using the first part of the roll. I know you hear me say that a lot. I'm using the first half or the second half, but I like these outside ones to be really, really pretty. I mean, it's all going to be pretty, but these aren't so curly. They make a really nice petal on the outside. So I'm using the first half to go around this outside edge. And once we add these, I'll let you know how many we're doing per section. There's only 3 sections on this 8-inch wreath frame. Oh, you're from Canada. Great. My son went to Canada recently. He was in Washington, and they took a trip over to Canada, and he really liked it. They went to Vancouver. I was laughing because he said it reminded him of San Francisco on steroids, is how he put it. Yes, that's what I've been hearing by a lot of my Canadian friends, that you don't have a Hobby Lobby. Yes, you can, most crafting stores, they have the plastic mesh in the sewing embroidery section, because it's an embroidery mat. It's a plastic embroidery, like sewing mesh. So if you have any like sort of sewing store, they should carry that. And I mean, I like these rounds. They're perfect for the 8 inches, but I like buying the package of the sheets because then you can cut them. And we're just adding these. This one's very simple. And it just takes a lot of these petals, but you're doing the same thing over and over, and it starts filling up really nicely. Oh, you got some from Dollar General, Debbie? I haven't been to Dollar General in a while. Yeah, I need to go and check ours out because I know you can find some crafting supply or some like crafting signs and things like that there. Oh, you have Michael's. Yeah, well, that's good that you have Michael's at least. Michael's has been impressing me lately because I haven't really shopped too much at Michael's, and lately I've been finding some really cute stuff. Debbie, you're funny. Is Henry starting to mellow out, or is he still going crazy with everything? So once I get this first little section, I'll let you know how many we're adding, but we want to get this outer part nice and full. And if you've seen my turkey wreath, which if you follow me on Facebook, I've been pretty much, it's been all over Facebook. People are probably getting sick of that, but it's such a fun one. And my daughter-in-law, bless her heart, when she visits when she visited me, it was last season when I did that wreath. She does my photo shoots, so I was using all those fun things that she did, those video clips of me with my wreaths. Otherwise I would never get pictures of me with my wreaths. And I've been playing those a lot because, you know, it's time to start thinking about all those fall designs. Oh, you got the legs from Temu. Okay. Lori, did they take a long time to ship? I have never bought anything from Temu. Luckily, I bought extra legs, so I have quite a few legs next door if I want to do anything else. But I think what I've decided is we're going to do I'm going to do a witch's hat live, and that'll be when I get back because I do have some more witch hat frames and legs. And I saw a really cute one the other day that was it was similar to mine, but I love the way she did the legs, so I thought it'd be fun to do one live and do it a little bit different with the legs. Oh, the dollar stores, they're starting to carry the plastic mesh now. That's nice. And we're adding, for those of you that just joined, we're adding 2 zip ties in opposite directions on this outer row to keep everything nice and straight. And this is, I know I'm probably repeating myself, but this is the same way that we do the turkey wreath as well. We're just adding different colors. So this style is very versatile. We're doing a poinsettia, but you do a turkey. You could do any kind of flower that you want with the same technique. Different colors give you different looks that you're going for. And we're just folding it into a triangle. We're pinching and grabbing right down that center to the point, and we're bending it in half. And we're making angel wing petals. This is an 8-inch wire wreath frame. It comes in a 2-pack from the Dollar Tree. And I use these all the time. If you see them, I highly recommend stocking up because they're perfect for flower wreaths. I want to say that I used a 10-inch on my tutorial on my YouTube channel, and those are a little bit more expensive, and the 8 inches work perfect. But you can use any size that you want. It's just you're going to add more. If you go bigger, it's going to take a lot more mesh. And I think we're getting close to this first section. Let me take a peek at it after I add this last one. Yeah, yep. They like to scratch, huh? When they're kittens like that. Oh my goodness. I don't know how you can do it. I would go crazy with a kitten right now. I was going crazy with Turbo when we first got him because he was in that puppy phase, and I wasn't ready for that. I didn't go out like I'm gonna get a puppy. He was a rescue, and I was like not happy because my whole life was disrupted with that puppy phase, and it was so hard to craft, and now I'm like, he's the love of my life. I had my older dog and life was just calm and mellow, and then came Turbo, disrupting everything, and in a good way. In a good way. All right, I don't think I want to add, I think that's going to be good. So we have, let's see, let me take this one off. Let me see how many we have. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, that works. Okay, so we have 10. And we're going to stay with 10. Okay, so we're going to do 10 per section. So I'm going to preload. Yes, I know. The witches' hats are really hard to find right now. I mean, we all know that there's been a lot of changes with Dollar Tree, and I don't know if they're going to have them again. I feel like I saw them somewhere. Maybe I was dreaming, but I feel like I saw the witch's hat somewhere, and I don't know. It wouldn't have been at Hobby Lobby because they wouldn't sell those. I don't know, but yeah, it's a bummer because that one is maybe they have them on Amazon. I'm not sure, but yeah, it really is a bummer that they're making those harder to find. No, a Value Village or yeah, no, we don't have we have lots of secondhand stores, but not a Value Village. I've had people say they have found them in the thrift stores though, which would have been a great find. But yeah, those witches' hats used to be a staple at the Dollar Tree every year. And you could do so much with them. I'm just going to preload 10 of these on here. And once we get this outside done, everything else kind of starts going pretty fast. And I also want to cut the little hole out of the center, which I should have done. Hi, Rosie. So if anybody sees the witches' hats anywhere, let us know. Otherwise, we'll just have to get them off Amazon. I mean, I know they have them on Amazon because I think I have them linked to my Amazon store. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay, so now we're going to add the next 10. And we're doing the triangle. We're pinching and grabbing right down that center to the point and folding it in half. coming in about a half an inch, 3/4 of an inch onto the base of the petal. And then we'll do another zip tie the opposite direction. Just to keep everything nice and straight. See how that just straightened it out really good? Oh, okay. That is very hopeful, Lori. That, because everybody was starting to think that they weren't selling them anymore at the Dollar Tree, but Lori found them at her Dollar Tree in New York, so that is a good sign that maybe they're going to start restocking those again this year. Actually, I really haven't been into the Dollar Tree in a while, so I haven't really seen what they have out yet for Halloween, because I've been trying to use up what I have right now, because I have so much that I need to use up. So I will, when I get back, I will be doing a couple Halloween designs. I have a couple of the, I don't know if they're going to have these again this year, but they're so cute. The little wreath attachments. They have the ghost, the witch's hat. I've done the Frankenstein tutorial. And I just love the little Dollar Tree wreath attachments. I think they're so cute and so fun to work with. So I stocked up, it was last year, the season last year, I think, and I have the ghost to do, which I couldn't get to last year. And so I want to make sure I do that, and I have another witch one that I want to do. Oh, they just got them in. Okay, well that makes me happy, because we were starting to think that they weren't going to have them at all. So that's good. That's great news. Because that one is a really fun one to do. And I will be doing that one live when I get back from Oklahoma. Did you stocked up? Oh, you got 6 of them. That's good. Yep. Those are very popular. They make great gifts too. My girlfriend did a witch's hat party, a wreath party, using my tutorial, and that was so fun to go and watch what everybody did, all the different, the way they decorated their hat, and because you could do so much with those. And I want to say that I did a Santa hat. I'm pretty sure I did it on the witch's hat frame. I have a tutorial with the Santa hat as well. I'm using the 8-inch frame from Dollar Tree. It comes in a 2-pack, Debbie. And if you see them, if they have them at your Dollar Trees, usually they have the small ones. I would highly recommend stocking up on them, because they're great little wreath frames. And it makes it very affordable when you're making a gift. You don't have to spend a lot on the wreath frame. Because some of those, you know, like the 10-inch and the 12-inch, you're spending like $4.99 a frame. And then if you're selling them, you got to make sure you add that to the cost. But these still make a very big wreath, even though they're 8 inches. And I'm only adding the two zip ties like this on this outside ring. So the span of this flower is 23 inches. So even though it's an 8-inch frame, look at it, it's like a fan. Oh, that would be cute. Oh, I'm silly, I know. I like to have fun. You have a 9.8. Hi, Mary. Welcome. Welcome. We're doing a poinsettia wreath on an 8-inch wire wreath frame. And I grab some more mesh. I have some more cut up down there, but I want to use the first half of the roll for this outside. So let's just cut some more really quick. And we're just cutting it into 10-inch pieces. I like to have a little laundry basket down out next to me to throw my scraps in when I'm making something. Hi, Patricia. Welcome. We're making a poinsettia wreath, which has been a very popular seller when I was selling wreaths. This and the pumpkin wreath were my two most popular sellers. And you can do this in a poly burlap or the Deco Mesh. They both have a different look to them. And I really love it in the Deco Mesh. I just think it's really pretty. Hi, Tandra. Welcome. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. That's super sweet. I love how the wreath making community, how everyone's support is so supportive of each other. Because, you know, we're all on different journeys. But we can all show up to support one another. There's room for everybody. I know sometimes people think, oh, everybody's doing the same thing. There's room for everybody. Hi, Angela. Welcome. Welcome. I'm just prepping a little bit more mesh. I want to make it around that outside edge with the first half of the roll. So I have nice big fluffy petals going around that outside. And we're using the 8-inch Dollar Tree frame, and there's 3 sections, and so far I have 10 sections or 10 petals on each section. And we're working our way to the next section here. Yeah, it's just really neat to see, just to be a part of the wreath community, because everybody is just so wonderful, and there's so many things that you can do. Everybody has a different journey, whether you're selling it or you know, some people are doing the groups or the teaching, the private classes. And for me, I'm a content creator with YouTube. So it's like everybody has a different journey, and it's just so wonderful to be a part of. There's a lot of love in the wreath making community. Am I putting a bead in the center of each one? No, I don't have any beads on here. I'm using zip ties. It might be reflecting and maybe looks like a bead, but it's we're just adding with zip ties, and I'm adding 2 zip ties on this outside row in each direction to make it nice and straight. And we're only going to do that on the outside part. Looks like rubber bands. My lighting might not be the greatest. I don't know. I'm working on all that. I've got a ring light here, a light here. I got light here. So one of these days I'll get all the lighting down. All right, we're coming into the second section. Hi, Parvati, welcome. Hope I'm saying your name correctly. And these are great if you sell your wreaths. These are a great seller. Everybody loves the poinsettia wreath. You can't go wrong with these. I've sold quite a few of these. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you, Mary. I can't see without my glasses anymore, and my eyes used to be so great. Hi, Janice. Welcome. Welcome. We're making a poinsettia wreath using regular Deco Mesh. You can use poly burlap as well, and you would use a little bit. You probably wouldn't do 10 if you use the poly burlap, because it would fill it up a lot faster because it's thicker. But I am adding my 2 zip ties here to get this straight. But I do have a fun tutorial scheduled for Sunday, so make sure you come on over and check it out. It's with the 21-inch mesh. Trying to give a few more ideas on ways to use the 21-inch mesh. And it's actually really fun to work with. And if you haven't liked this live, if you could please give me a thumbs up. It really helps me in the YouTube algorithm. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel, if you could please subscribe as well. I believe there's a button at the bottom of this live where you can just hit the subscribe. And YouTube, it has an algorithm just like Facebook, it's just another platform, and it's the same type of thing that you want to try to get in the algorithm. So by commenting and liking and all that kind of stuff helps my YouTube algorithm. Hi, Diana. Hi, Dolly. Oh, perfect. That was a nice gift, Mary. Was it regular Deco Mesh? All right, let me make sure I'm counting right. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 2 more. And then we'll be moving on to that 3rd section. Oh, nice. What colors? That's a nice gift. You saw the pumpkin posts? You mean the ones that I did, Debbie, or something else? Because I've been kind of flooding Facebook with my pumpkin stuff too. I'm thinking about doing another pumpkin tutorial, but like a new and improved one, because I did that one so long ago when I first started my YouTube channel, and I feel like I've learned a lot since then. A lot of tricks. So I might do a new and improved one, but we'll see. I still like that tutorial. It's one of my highest tutorials, but there's a lot of things that I've learned along the way that I would like to share. So I might just do, oh, good. Well, that's good, Mary. So you'll have a lot of options of things to make with it. You could do a lot of flowers. Like I said, we're doing a poinsettia wreath right now, but I mean, you could make this into any kind of flower that you want. This one's a little cattywampus. Sometimes the mesh gets a little cattywampus at times, depending on where you are in the roll. All right, so I'm adding my 10th one here. I'm just gonna slide those out of my way so I can make room for this one. Mary, my tutorials, I always release a tutorial at 10 a.m. every Sunday Pacific Standard Time. And you don't have to feel like you're going to miss it, because once it's up there, it's always there for you to refer to. It's not going anywhere. And the same thing with these lives. Once they're uploaded, you can go back and watch a live, or if you missed the live, all of those are on there for good. But I try to be consistent, and if I'm going out of town, I make sure that I have one scheduled so I can stay consistent in the algorithm. And you know, then people start knowing, oh, okay, Sunday, let's see what Hollie's coming up with for this week. So I'm trying to stay on that schedule. The lives have been new for me, and I'm trying to be consistent on the live schedule as well. And of course, there's going to be weeks that I can't do it, like next Thursday I'll be out of town, but I'm trying really hard to be consistent, and the Thursdays have been working out for me at 4 p.m. So that's what I've been trying to do. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right. So this is what we have so far. And we have one more section. And look at that 8-inch wreath. Look at how big that's going to be. So don't feel like, oh, that's such a small wreath and I want to have a bigger. Oh, you're welcome, Mary. That you want to have a bigger wreath. It's going to make a huge wreath. So I'm going to preload 10 more onto this last section, and then we're going to start moving on to that plastic mesh and filling this up. And this is a very easy wreath because you're just doing the same thing over and over, but it really looks fancy when it's all done. Yeah, so next week will be, it's a fun one, and then the one after that I'm really excited for. I got to finish that up when I'm done here. I actually might give you all a sneak peek. Do you want a sneak peek of my tutorial that's going to be coming up? Because I'll give it to you. One of the perks of joining me live. Let's see, Concetta, how many rolls you'll be using? I don't know quite yet, but I'm guessing that this wreath will be, you could get by with 2 rolls of the Deco Mesh. Should be just fine. All right, okay. I have it right over here. I'm gonna give you a sneak peek. It's my first one, and I have to say that I'm completely obsessed with it. Okay, you ready? This isn't this Sunday's tutorial, but it's going to be the following Sunday's tutorial. And I still have to attach something, but isn't that pretty? This one I still have to attach, but I did the magnolia wreath, and it was so fun. And I'm adding this to the center. I have to shave it down a little bit, but isn't that so fun? Look at how those stand up in the center. So I figured that I would probably go live and make one of these so you could see it live, but it was a really fun wreath, and I'm kind of obsessed with it right now. But I got to shave that ball down. I feel like I need to cut it flat so I can glue it and it sits down in there a little bit more. But you can add, I debated if I wanted to add this. I thought this would have been pretty too. I mean, you could do whatever you want for the center, but I thought that would have been pretty too. Add something like that. But I don't know, I kind of fell in love with this ball. So I think I might do that. Still going back and forth. What do you think? The ball, and it'll sit down a little bit more, or something like this. Yeah, I know, right? I could do them both. Who says I have to pick just one? Thank you. Thank you. It's a really fun one to make, and it's very easy. And this petal was new to me, and I absolutely love it. This petal right here for the inside is a little bit different than these outside ones, and it was really fun. So we'll you can expect that one not this Sunday, but next Sunday. I'll have the full step-by-step tutorial on my YouTube channel. So you could come on over, and those would make great Christmas presents as well. You know, I do like that idea a lot, Debbie. And I actually want to start doing something like that. Is doing the list of supplies, and then we all make a wreath together. I think that would be really, really fun. So that's one of my future goals, is I'd like to have a crafting, like a monthly crafting group that we design a wreath together every month. And you'd have plenty of time, plenty of notice as far as the supplies. So yeah, I got to figure out the details on that, but that is definitely a future goal of mine. Yeah, wouldn't that be fun? I think that would be fun. I think that I could fit into my schedule with everything else, and I think it would work really good. Until I get to the point where I can have a group, but I'm not quite at that point yet. I want to make sure when I start my own group that I've done all the research and I know all the ins and outs and everything like that. But that's another goal, is I want to have my own group. Not necessarily a paid group, but like my own Facebook group. And then the crafting, the monthly crafting thing would be like some sort of like a paid group or something. I don't know. I got to figure everything out. But that's all future goals. Right now, I just plug away on my YouTube channel. And do the best that I can, trying to keep up with that. That keeps me very busy. Oh, thank you, Tandra. That's so sweet. Sometimes it all seems so overwhelming, but I know that I could. I think that would be a really fun thing to do. Just have to figure out the ins and outs of the, like, maybe the kits, like probably have a place where everybody gets the kit from. So maybe I could do something with TMI Gifts and create kits for the monthly group, so people have plenty of time to have their kits shipped before we do it all together. Oh, she stopped hers? How come she stopped hers? Well, she's a very busy lady. I know that. Did she say why she stopped her group, Deborah? I've had a hard time keeping up on the trainings. I'm really backed up and I haven't been able to join, but I need to go back and watch a bunch of trainings that I've missed. Me and Debbie are in a biz group. Julie's Wreath Boutique, her Julie's Biz Group, Julie from Julie's Wreath Boutique. She's our business coach, and she's amazing. We've both been in the group for a while, and she has amazing trainings that you can refer to. Whoops, that one I accidentally did the same direction. But she had the little crafting group that Debbie's talking about. I think Debbie was a part of that crafting group where she did the monthly thing. Oh, I hear Turbo's coming back. Turbo, you coming to say hi? Why do I keep doing that? There we go. I keep going the same direction, and that's not what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to go opposite here. I like that idea, Lori. We can all have our glass of wine, and it'd be like a girls night out together. I think that would be so much fun. Let me just, when I get back from this trip, I'm going to really start focusing on things like that, because I think I've been wanting to do it for a while, and I just need to go for it. Just like Tandra said, you can do this. You got this. It'd be so much fun. I just think that would be great. Because then if you have any kinks in the road, we can all just kind of work them out together. And if you have any questions, I can answer them live. And I think that would be, oh yeah. Well, she's got a lot going on. I see that she's got, I mean, just tons of new things that she's been starting. I don't know how she does it. She is amazing. She is, I mean, she has it. I mean, she does her Amazon. She has her Hobby Lobby. I mean, it's just her groups. I mean, she has multiple groups. No, you don't need to feel bad. Not at all, Debbie. Hey, ginger ale, whatever your drink of choice is. We'll be sipping on our drink of choice. Okay, so let's see here. We're getting there. We're almost done with the first outer row. Oh, yes. I wish I liked tea. I'm a coffee girl. I just never grew up having tea, and I don't like the taste of it, but I love the concept. I think it'd be so fun. You have your little cup of tea. If it doesn't taste like tea, I can do it. Like if it's like maybe an orange or something like that. And what's nice with this is these petals do not have to be perfect. You are not going to notice if it's not cut perfect or any of that. It's all just going to work out fine, and you're not going to notice anything like that. Oh, were you? Yeah, I bet tea time, you probably get just as happy with tea time as I do with coffee time. I love my coffee. Right now I'm having my coffee. I usually do 4 shots of espresso as my coffee with a Splenda and some cream. Chai, yeah, I've tried to like chai. There's some spice in there that I just can't do. I don't know what it is. I like the cinnamon, but there's some spice in there that just gets me when it comes to the chai. You know, you could be. It's Vito. So Vito snores too, huh? Wasn't Vito the big dog? I'm trying to remember. Wasn't he like the 200-pound dog? Oh, peanut butter is my weakness. Yeah, I like doing iced coffees in the summer, and then, well, I like iced coffees whenever. Who am I kidding? Okay, so we're going to cut a little bit more of this roll. Yes, he's your he's your big baby, Vito. Now, is he doing better with his allergies? Didn't he have some allergies or something going on where he had medicine that he was taking? Is he doing better? So we're just cutting some more using my rotary cutter. You can use scissors, whatever you want to use. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Yeah, maybe that's it, Debbie. I don't know. It's some spice that I don't like. And that could be it for sure. Sorry you have to watch me cut this mesh. I really should have had this all prepped, but I was really scrambling today to get to this live on time. Okay. Let's finish up this outside row, and then I'm going to need your help to decide the center if we're going to do gold or silver. I have a couple different options. I think I've done this wreath in gold and silver, and they're both really pretty. And I know it kind of seems excessive with all these zip ties, but I want that outside row to be really, really nice. And the other ones are going to stay nice and straight because we're going onto that plastic mesh. Vito, I bet he is a hunk of love. They are such beautiful dogs. All right, we're getting there. You gentle giant. Oh, you're going to have to share a picture on Facebook. I want to see him. And you can always slide these around the wreath bar. Keep going the same direction, which isn't doing what I'm trying for it to do here. See, I did it again. Come on, Holly. Let's get it together here. Okay, now we want to go this way. Yeah, I don't know, sometimes Turbo, he just starts getting that upset tummy and you can hear it kind of gurgling. And then he goes outside and wants to eat grass. Hi, Lori. I love it when you guys interact with each other on here. Okay, we're getting there. We got a few more and we've completed this outside section. Oh, do you? You give them rice and chicken breast? Kind of soothe their tummy. He's probably got something off the ground. He's like a human vacuum cleaner. I'm telling you, this dog, it's like if it drops, he eats it. Yeah, right, Mary? I know, that's what I said. I bet that the first live when you talked about him, I bet, talking about how much food he eats, said, I bet he eats you out of the house and home. Yeah, so he'll still want to come say hi, though. He's sleeping right now. And I always wonder if maybe he's starting to get nervous because he can sense that we're going to be leaving again. Okay, we got one more here, and we've added our 10 on each of those rows, and we have our sections, and we have 3 sections. Okay, we're getting there. So if there's anything that you want to see, that you're curious about with as far as wreaths go, just let me know. I'm always looking for ideas. I have some really cute ones that I want to do when I get back. I just saw one the other day and it was the cutest thing I'd ever seen, and I'm like, I have to try to recreate that. It's I don't know if you've seen it on Facebook. I'll have to go back and look and see who originally posted it, but it was she did a scarecrow on the cross wreath frame, and it's absolutely adorable. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, so we officially have our 10 on each section on that bar. And now you can just make sure everything's spaced out nice and even. And this is what we have so far. And when you look on the back, you see all the zip ties are crisscrossed. So everything's nice and straight. This mesh, Mary, I got from Hobby Lobby. It's the regular Poly Pro mesh, regular Deco mesh, and it has that foil, that red foil that goes through it. It's really pretty. Aw, tell Carl I said hi, Lori. Tell him the West Coast Wreath Queen said hi. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to be coming onto that plastic mesh. And let me just get some more. I have more mesh cut here. Get it in my basket. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to start moving our way onto this mesh. But before we do that, I want to cut this middle hole out because we're going to be using that little hole. Well, I haven't decided exactly how we're going to do the center, but one option is I need this hole bigger. So I want to do that before we get any further here. These scissors are kind of big. Oh, thanks for subscribing, Carmen. You can always check out any of my tutorials. They're under the video tab. And I like to do a lot of fun and different kind of tutorials, kind of out of the box, so to speak. Not all of them. I have regular ones on there too, but a lot of mine are kind of out of the box kind of stuff. Okay, so I just cut that hole in the center to make it a little bit bigger. So if we add the center part the way I was thinking, I think that would fit through that hole. But if not, we're going to be using this mesh and placing our balls. Mary, let's see. How do you all determine how many rows and placement of them? Well, I just kind of use the other ones as a guide. So what I'll do is like, so we have these 10, and see how they're just kind of spaced a little bit. So the next one, we're basically going to go in the center of the two, the bottom here. So let me try to get a longer zip tie here. So I'm going to use that as a guide. So let me show you what I'm talking about. Let me get one ready. I feel like everything's kind of shifting here. Can you everybody still see okay? And we're going to start preloading those onto the mesh in just a minute here. So what we're going to do is, so basically we're going to be coming down now into the mesh in between those two. Okay, like that. And so what that's going to do is it's going to help cover up the previous zip ties too. And so what I'd like to do is just kind of look at it, because you want it to be staggered. You don't want it to be like up really high. So you want to come down a little bit so it gives a little bit of a layered look there. So I like to just kind of, the first one, just eyeball it first. So I'm going to come down a little bit like that. And then what I'll do, so we'll say about an inch down on that plastic mesh. So I'm going to come down about an inch or so, and I'm going to always go over at least 2 or 3 squares. And so see how it's coming right in the center. And so if you want, you can always preload a few to get it going here. So the next one, I'm going to make sure I come over at least a square or 2. And I'm just eyeballing it around. I'm looking at these little bottoms here. It's almost like I'm coming directly at the bottom down an inch. And you could go around and preload all of them, but we'll just do them a couple at a time. And so now I am coming onto the mesh with this next row. And it's staggering it a little bit there. So we're going to go around. So when you're using this regular deco mesh, you're going to use more mesh than you would if you did this in a poly burlap, because it's thinner and you need more to cover everything up. So now I'm coming in the middle of those two. And we might have to skip. You know what we'll do is we'll say 2, and then we'll, just so a general guide, we'll do in the middle of these 2, we'll skip 1, and then we'll do in the middle of those 2. That way, I think we can get them all in that way without having to cram them in there. So I'm coming over, coming down from this one. I'm coming down an inch, coming over 2 or 3 squares, and coming up right below that other one. And this is the one that we're skipping right there. And it's still gonna fill everything in real nicely, because we don't want to like just cram them in there where you can't really see the beautiful petal because it's all squished. So that will be a good rule of thumb right there. Because we're going to be coming in with another layer as well. So then we'll skip this one and then we'll do the same thing on these two right here. Am I explaining this okay? I hope so. Sometimes I feel like I'm not explaining it very good, but when you're doing it, you'll understand what I mean. So now we've skipped this one and now we're coming down on these two right here. So yeah, I think 2 rolls would be enough for this design. Now, if it was like a craft outlet mesh, you might be able to get away with 1 roll, because I think those rolls are a little bit bigger. They have more mesh on them than the Hobby Lobby rolls. But see how that covers everything up really good? You can't see the zip ties. It's all covered up. And now we're starting to form. We're getting this poinsettia really full and pretty. And there's no right or wrong when it comes to this kind of stuff. You just start filling it in. Now we're going to skip that one and now we'll go to these 2 right here. I think that's a lot easier to skip. And I'm trying to be consistent and coming on that same part of the mesh as I did on the one before, the same row of squares. And I'm coming up right under the other. So now I'm coming up underneath these 2, right in the middle there. And this foil mesh is so pretty because it has that iridescent color and it just really gives this wreath a nice shine, and it's perfect for the holidays. And that mesh, that plastic mesh, comes in handy for so many of these flower wreaths. All right, so now we're just working our way around this plastic mesh here. We're skipping this one, and now I'm coming for these 2 right here. Trying to stay. You might be able to hear Turbo. He's snoring now. Okay, coming over at least 2 or 3 squares. I got 4 of these just to make sure, but I would say I would get at least 3 just to make sure of these rolls. But right now we've only used, I think, half of 2 rolls, and this isn't even half, so you probably could get away with 2 rolls. Because we're still going to do another row after this, and we're just going to keep doing this until we fill it all the way up in the center part of the mesh. Oh, you hear him, Lori? Every single time I'm editing a tutorial, I hear him, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And it's loud. It's not just like a subtle. It's some serious snoring. Oh, Henry, that's the end of your crafting now, huh, Debbie? Henry's up. She sent me a picture the other day, and he was up in her flowers, her crafting flowers. He was up on the top rack getting into her flowers. He's the cutest thing. But yeah, they have those sharp claws. That's how I feel me and Turbo are. We sound the same. My husband has a couple videos that he takes of me and Turbo sleeping, and we're both just snoring away. Oh, he is really cute, Lori. He's like gray and white. He's absolutely adorable. Okay, so we're skipping this one, and now we're coming over to these two. Sometimes it's hard to see with these little mesh holes. Because he's cute, huh, Debbie? And he's just a kitten. Right, we are getting there. See, this is why we didn't want to do too many, because you want these just to really showcase these petals, because they are really pretty petals and they have a very unique look to them. And if you put too many in there, you're just not gonna really see how beautiful those petals are. We're getting there. Okay, so we're skipping this one, and now we're coming to these other two. Making our way around the plastic mesh. Yes, Sylvia, it can be done on a 14-inch frame. Just know that it's going to be huge. Because this is on an 8-inch frame, and we're already looking at a 23-inch wreath. So you can imagine if you did that on a 14-inch frame, that would really make a statement. So yeah, you can do it on any size frame. You're just going to need, if you do it on any bigger of a frame, you're going to need a lot more mesh, especially on a 14-inch frame. But that will really make a statement. For sure. It's all the same technique. Whatever wreath frame you decide to do, it's all gonna be the same exact technique. And so if you see a little bit, like I can see a little zip tie poking right there, well, we're going to be coming back in between these, and it's going to cover that up. So we're skipping this one, and now we're coming to these two. And that's what's nice, is the way you layer this, everything gets covered up. Yeah, except the petal count. Yep. You're going to have a lot more petals for sure. I would actually like to see what it looks like on the 14-inch frame. So if you do one on the 14-inch frame, make sure you send me a picture, because I would love to see what that looks like. Yep, a 9.8 will work. I did my other one, I did a 10-inch. but I'm really having fun working with this 8-inch. I've used the 8-inch for the last 3 or 4 ones that I did. I did the 8-inch with that magnolia and with the big daisy. If you saw that one with the 21-inch mesh, that's on the 8-inch. And the one I have this Sunday's on an 8-inch. So I definitely want to stock up on more of these. This is one that you usually can find at the Dollar Tree, that they always seem to have it as a staple there. All right, we're getting there. And just have to see that one. We're skipping that one, and now we're coming on these two. And we're going to have to cut a little bit more mesh in just a minute. Debbie, I thought you were baking. Just kidding. The big daisy. Have you seen that one that I did? I think I did it a couple tutorials ago. It's made with the 21-inch mesh, and you make the big daisy petal, and it is really cool. I love that. And the one I have coming out this Sunday is a different petal, and it's made with 21-inch red poly burlap mesh, which I'm calling it a Christmas flower. And I mean, you probably could call it a poinsettia too, but a lot of them, I mean, both of those are very versatile. You can pretty much make them for, well, not the daisies, that's more of a summer or spring, but the one I'm doing this Sunday, you definitely can, it's very versatile. You can customize it for any season of the year. But it was fun. It was a lot of fun to make. Those petals are really fun. And it's made on this 8-inch wreath frame. And it's huge. I think it would be really fun for like a shower or something, or maybe a little girl's room. It's really cute. And then I did a floral center. I did my own floral center, and I thought it just turned out really cute. All right, we're skipping that one. We are almost done with this row here. And we won't have too many more rows to go, and then we'll be adding our center. Oh. Hey, you're doing a good job, Debbie. You did that cauldron, and I'm super proud of you. That one turned out really cute. Debbie will do a lot of my designs, and she'll send me pictures, and nothing makes me so happy, more happy than when I get pictures from others that do my tutorials. Okay, so let's see here. We're skipping this one. And now we have these two. We might be able to squeeze in 2 more on here. Let's see if this fills this part up. If not, we'll add 1 more. All right, let's cut a few more pieces. Hi, Olga, welcome. We're making a poinsettia wreath with Deco Mesh, regular Deco Mesh from Hobby Lobby. It's 40% off this week, which is nice when it's on sale. Just cut a few more pieces and then we're going to move on to another row, and there's just gonna, the other rows will go fast because we don't need that many. Okay, there we go. We might add one more. Let's see what this looks like. I think we'll add one more in this little gap right here. So yeah, I'm excited to get back and try that scarecrow on the cross wreath. I thought it just was so adorable. And I have another scarecrow stuffed face that I used on a wreath. And I have an extra one that I think will be perfect for that. I want to say I got them at Dollar General a bunch of years back. Okay, so this is what we have so far. We have 2 rows done. We have our 10 going around each section. And now we have our row going around that mesh, coming down about 1 inch. And now we're just doing that same exact thing. And I don't know if we're going to actually skip one now, but now we're going to go right under where the little bottom part of the bundle is. We're going to go right below it, as close as you can to it. Maybe just off center a tiny bit, and then bring this other one up. So I kind of have this coming out a little bit to the right and this one a little bit to the left. So it's like right in the center of these two. And now we're going to go around. Hi, Mira. Welcome. We're working on a poinsettia wreath with Deco Mesh on an 8-inch wire wreath frame. And now we're coming right in between there. Turbo, what are you doing? Okay, so we're not going to skip one now. We're going to go do that same thing in between each set here. Oh, somebody's getting needy. Come here. Come here. Come say hi. Come here. Come here. Oh my goodness, he's a tank. These dogs are little, but they are, oh, this is Turbo. You say hi? You say hi? He's starting to get a little needy. He's starting to say, Mom, when are you going to be done? Huh? Such a good boy. I love this dog so much. You say hi? Say hi to everybody. I'm almost done, okay? I'm almost done. Okay. Oh, thank you, everyone. He is the love of my life. We took him away last weekend to the coast. And I'm telling you, that dog got more attention everywhere we went. Everybody was making over him like crazy. And he was loving every minute of it. He's a good boy. He's not feeling good, so he wants my full attention right now. So once we finish this, he'll get all the loving I can give him. And we'll see how he feels. Usually I take him on a walk when it starts cooling down at night. Oh, now he's going to get into ribbon. Turbo, what are you getting into? Now he's getting into my ribbon. Okay, so we're getting there. We are very close. Debbie, no. You're not hogging the comments. I'm glad that you were able to join tonight. I know you're a busy gal with Henry. Okay, so we're coming in the middle of each set here. And I'm using the bottom of the petal as my guide of where to put the next zip tie. It's getting harder to see. There we go. I think I cut that zip tie. We'll see if it holds. Turbo, why don't you go on your bed? Why don't you go on your bed? I'm almost done. Oh, thank you, Julia. It's starting to come together, and I really love it in this regular foil mesh because it has that shine to it, and it's so pretty. It's just perfect for Christmas. And these make great gifts. It's like, who doesn't love a poinsettia? I mean, this would be a great hostess gift to bring if you're going somewhere for the holidays. So we're getting to that center. This might be our last row. Let's see what it looks like. We want to I'll see you in 2 weeks, Debbie. I would love to have a kayak buddy. I feel like I haven't gone as much as I normally do. Just been so busy trying to keep up with the tutorials. And I got to really watch it with Turbo because I can't have him out in that hot heat like that. So I'm getting the zip tie as close to that bottom of that petal. He's like right under my chair right now. But luckily he's not getting into everything like he would if he felt good. He'd be tearing all my ribbon off and I'd be chasing after him trying to grab my ribbon. Okay, we're getting there. So we want to try to get as many of these as we can because we want to we want to get this really small so when we add our bulbs, it covers everything. Thank you, Cindy. Yes, if everyone can hit that like button, it really helps me and the crazy YouTube algorithm. Just like any social media that has an algorithm too. And the more everybody comments, you hit that like button, all that kind of stuff, YouTube will push my content out to more people. And that way I can continue doing tutorials for you all. All right, we got a few more to do here. And this might be the last row. Let's add these last few and see what it looks like. All right, heart, smiley faces, I'll take it. Yep, any of those emoji things. It all just helps me and my channel. Especially with the lives, because I just started the live journey. I'm new to the lives. And I've been having a lot of fun with them. I really love being able to interact with everyone live. It's fun. Now I see why people do those, because they're fun. I was always so nervous for so long to do them, and a lot of it was feeling like I didn't have the right lighting and camera angle and all that kind of stuff, but I got myself a really good tripod. The first live I was laughing because I had my camera on a step ladder. It wasn't even a camera, it was my little stand that I hooked to my desk. I didn't have a tripod, so I had it hooked on my step ladder, and then I was laughing because after when I looked at that live back, I could see the step ladder. And I thought, oh my goodness, I need to get a different setup here. So I got a really good tripod now that seems to be working really good for me. All right, so you see how we're working our way in that middle part? And this is probably going to be all that we're going to be able to fit is once we finish these last few here. But trial and error, that's what it is. See, now this is the last half of the roll, and I'm just going to open a new roll because it's starting to get really curly. And I'll always use those curly things for another project. Turbo, what are you doing? You sitting right there at my feet? It's like right under my chair, right at my feet. Wants to be as close to me as he can get. Okay, we're coming to the last few, and then you're going to have to help me decide if we're doing gold or silver. Thank you, Lori. Yes, I'll save that for the inner roll of a pancake or some swags, some Christmas swags that I'll be doing. I have a lot of those Dollar Tree trees that I like to use for swags. And the zip tie's turned the wrong way. I think once we get through this last few. I think that will be, hopefully they'll be close enough where we won't see the bulbs that we're going to add. Now you're probably going to hear Turbo's stomach grumbling instead of the snoring right now. To take him outside and let him eat some grass. Okay, we just have a few more here. Bear with me, we're getting there. Hi, Teresa. Welcome. Welcome. We're making a poinsettia wreath. Oh, sorry. I was thinking you were another Teresa and that you just joined. Yep, I like to, well, I like doing the paint sticks, but I also like doing them on those Dollar Tree trees. And I've also done one on those, the Unique in the Creek, the little rectangle boards. Turbo is about 2.5. I can't tell. I mean, if his stomach is doing that because it's upset because he ate something, or if he hasn't eaten anything and and he's hungry. I know he does this every once in a while. He'll go through this little tummy gurgling thing. Oh, you're fine, Teresa. Okay, we are really close here. I know this has been a little time consuming, but it's worth it when it's finished. It is a pretty wreath. Vito's 3. Oh, so he's still, I guess, a puppy, in other words, or just getting out of that puppy phase. Yeah, Turbo is finally mellowed out a lot more than he was when we first got him. He was really hyperactive. That's why his name's Turbo. Because he was just turbocharged all the time. Okay, it's just getting kind of hard to see. I'm just trying to come underneath this other one, and then we have one more. And if all else fails, just flip it over and you can see the holes better. All right, so let's cut 2 more pieces here. Lori, yeah, he would love that. That would make a cute card. Oh my gosh. That would be hilarious. Okay, hopefully this will be the last 2. Let's see what it looks like. I know, Turbo, I'm almost done. See, normally, for those of you who have joined me before, you know that I can make it through a live before he starts doing this, so he's definitely not feeling good. To get this piece a little straighter. Well, Mary, if you have not seen one on the 5-gallon paint stick, then you need to go to my YouTube channel, and I probably have 4 of them, maybe 4 different ones on there. I have, and they're great because you can also use them as a table centerpiece or hang them on the wall as a swag. So I have like 3 different fall ones. I have a summer one. So I think I have like 4 of them on there. So just go back through, if you go under the video tab and just scroll down a ways, because some of them were from different years. You'll see quite a few on there, and they're really easy. I love doing the paint stick swags because they're very economical, and they're really pretty, and they don't take hardly any mesh. And it's a great way to use like extra mesh that you have around, laying around. Yeah, I have a lot of them are kind of the same way with the cruffles, but I also have one that's from a couple years ago where I did I did the mesh that goes around it, so it's not the cruffle, it's more like the bubble kind of technique. So yeah, I have a couple different ones on there, but very easy to do. I want to say it's only like 10 pieces of mesh I mean, it covers it up really good. So yeah, I've done ones where I did the centerpiece. I think there's some Easter ones on there that are the centerpiece, and you could put like a candle or something in the middle. And yeah, there's a lot of different ones on there. So check it out because it's really easy to do. And they're really fun to do. I want to do a Christmas one. I don't have any Christmas ones. But I had a lot of fun with the Easter ones that I did. I think the Easter ones I did, it was at Dollar Tree. It wasn't a 5-gallon paint stick. It was just like some sort of piece of wood in the crafting section, but it's the same exact concept. But I have ones that are actually on the 5-gallon paint stick on there as well. Okay, so we're getting the last one on here. And we're definitely not going to be able to add any more. I might add one more right here to cover up this little section. So now let's just add one more right here. I missed this one. And you see how the zip ties are just going in a little circle. Okay, here's our last one. All right, have you been thinking if we're going to do gold or silver? I'll show you my options. So that makes a small little circle, which we should be able to cover up with our bulb. See, it's just a tiny circle in the center. And look at how pretty it is. It's big on the 8-inch wire wreath frame. Okay, so we've got gold or silver. I need everybody to let me know what you think. Should we do silver Or should we do gold? Silver. That's hard because they're both so pretty. Silver. Okay, we got one vote for silver. Silver. Okay, seems like silver is going to win. Now, these are from Hobby Lobby. I'm sure you've all seen these if you like shop in the floral pick section like I do. And these actually make this wreath a lot easier because my original one I did with Christmas bulbs, and I had to add the floral pick, hot glue it in the center, and it kind of took some doing. And these are nice because they're already on the wire, so it makes it really easy. So what we're going to do is we're going to take these off. And I'm going to try to wrap this up because he keeps pawing at me. He wants my attention so bad right now. And this is why I cut that hole a little bit bigger in that center, because we might make a cluster and then just add the whole thing. But you can also just add them individually. So like, let me find that hole that we did. So like we could add these like this and start sticking them in the in between the mesh. Well, let me get them all ready first, but here's one option. And you're just going to play around with them, but you're going to use that plastic mesh to, sometimes this part takes a little bit to get the bulbs the way you want. Turbo, it's okay. Okay, let me get these all cut first. But these make life a lot easier when it comes to these poinsettia wreaths. But like I said, you can use the Christmas bulbs as well and do them yourself. Or I was thinking maybe we can make like a cluster and then just add the big cluster. So we could do something like that. Turbo, what are you getting into? Come on. You wonder why his belly's upset. Because he's getting into everything he shouldn't. So I like that. I think we're going to do something like that. So it's up to you how many you want to add. But I like to put the one a little bit higher in the middle. So I think I want to try to do something like that and see if I can't make one big Turbo. Come on. Now he must be feeling better. He's getting into my ribbon. So I was thinking if we had some like floral tape or something, we could just tape all of these together and then just add this. So that would be one option, or we could just do it individually. Let me see if I can't do these like this. So if you do it like this, you would just use the wire from the bulb. I don't like that one, it has something coming off of it. Just bear with me, because this part can take a little while to get it right. Might be easier to do it like this. And you're just going to go in with your mesh. I'm not going to bend the wire at the back yet until I get everything the way I want it. Turbo, what are you getting into? Turbo. It's tearing up my ribbon. Bear with me. And you could just do the 3 too if you like that look. So it's like whatever look that you want, you're just going to get them where you want, and then you're going to bend the wire and connect it to the mesh. But I think I like the look of 5 of them. Getting there. This turned out, Doreen, to be 23 inches in diameter on the 8-inch. Hi, Parmar. Welcome. So you're just going to play around, and I like to just raise that middle one up a little bit. And with this size bolts, I think the 4 works good on the outside. So once you have everything the way you want, first I'm going to bend these down. And boy, these work so much easier. I can't even tell you how much easier these are to work with than when you try to do them yourself with the bulbs. Okay, so I think I like that. I think that's what the center looks like with the silver. And those are on there good. So what I do, once I get those on there the way I want, I'm just going to really secure it. I'm going to bend that in half. I mean, they're not going to go anywhere when you bend them in half and then you bend them down again. They're not going to come out. And then if you're sewing this, you can finish the back so none of these wires will poke the door or scratch the wall or anything. But it's nice with the wires that are on here already because you can use those to work with. That one's a big one. I don't know. This one I think I'm going to zip tie down. Okay, so that's looking good. So what I'm going to do with this big one is I'm just going to take a zip tie, come under the loop of another zip tie. I'm going to try to see if I can't just get inside there with this. There we go. And we'll just zip tie this down. So these are not going to be going anywhere. And then you'll just have a nice piece of felt that you can zip tie to the back to finish that off. And there you have, oh, we didn't add the leaves. We can add some leaves too. But there you have the poinsettia wreath. Do you want me to add the leaves? Sylvia, I would use the a piece of felt. You trace your 8-inch wire wreath frame and you can zip tie it to the back, or I would use a piece of foam core. That's another way that I've finished the backs. Okay, we're going to add the leaves now. So let me grab the green mesh. I forgot about that part, but I have some mesh. And the leaves just give it a tiny pop of color. It's nothing too dramatic. I thought this would have been pretty too in the center. So you could get creative. You could do whatever you want. Yeah, he definitely wants to go out. I don't know if it's so much he wants to go out. He just wants my attention because he's not feeling good. But it's been really hot. I think it's still too hot to take him for a walk right now. Okay, so now we're going to, let me just clear a little area here. So we can start on our leaves here. And the leaves, we're just going to add a few just to give it a slight pop of green. But look how pretty that is. Isn't that gorgeous? Well, Ree, you could, if you want to text me or email me, my email is in the description section. We could talk about that when I get back from vacation. So the leaves, I'm just going to do 10 inches. And with these, you really don't see that much of it, but it's enough. It just gives it a slight little pop of green. But you can see how pretty that would look in the gold or the silver. And I love those Hobby Lobby balls. I think those are so pretty. They have so much sparkle to them. So the leaves, we're just going to take our 10-inch piece of mesh and we'll just overlap the corners and scrunch at the middle and bend that in half. And hopefully that's going to come out. And I'm going to put it underneath that one because I want it to be able to stick out and to be able to see that. I think if we go any closer, we're going to tie it to this first bar right here. So I'm just going to come through that plastic mesh under that first bar, under this bar. No, that's not going to work. Let's go this way. Just trying to get it up through this mesh here and under this bar. and it's not cooperating. All right, we're just gonna do it to this first bar right here. And we're just going to tuck it under the bar. Let me get my zip tie preloaded here. And for these, I think we'll do 2 so they don't move on us. And they stay straight like we did that first row. So I'm just going to tuck it under the bar just a little bit. And then we'll do 2 zip ties. See how it just gives it a slight pop of green? So what we're going to do, we'll do one in we'll do like 4. We'll do 1 here and then we'll do 2 here and see what that looks like. But with those 2 zip ties on there, it's not going to move on that bar. Yeah, they really do. I love their floral picks. Mine has a bunch of their floral picks out already, and I notice, I mean, even though they're not on sale, I got them because I still love them so much, but I noticed last year they went really fast. And if you waited till it was close to Christmas or December, they were all gone. And I'm just trying to keep it on this first bar so we can see. Let me pull this out. I try to go on a little bit more on not using as much of that in there so we could see that pop of green. There we go. So I'm doing this one just the opposite of the other one. Yes, I agree. I almost totally forgot about the green, and yeah, it adds dimension, and it just gives it that finishing touch, which is pretty. Because it's a flower, and a flower has the green around it, so we want to try to recreate that flower look. Okay, so there's 2 of them. And then let's just see how many more. You just add as many as you want, as little as you want, whatever you think looks good. Okay, let's add some more. We need more green. And we are in the home stretch here. I'm glad we chose the silver. I really like the silver. I usually go for the silver. I did have a custom order one time that wanted the gold, and that's why I did the gold. All right, let's add this one and see. They don't really hang out that much, but I mean, when it's hanging on the wall, you can see it. I know it's hard to see right here, but when you, it'll just gently pop out. Give you that little peekaboo with the leaves. I need to get some more of this green. Hi, Martha. Welcome. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm glad that you can hop on and join us. We are finishing up this Poinsettia Wreath. That's always a great seller for the holidays. If you sell wreaths, if you do craft shows, anything like that, this is a great one to add to your collection of holiday wreaths. All right, well, let's add this last one and then see if we want to add more. Oh, there's Turbo. He wants back in. And this is towards the half of the roll, so it's a little bit curlier. I know it's hard to see. It's hard to see, but it's there. I think we should add some more. Let's add some more right here. Bear with me. We're almost there. Yes, it's a very fun hobby, Mary. It actually gets a little addicting because once you make one, you can't stop. And they make just great gifts for friends. Let me just clean this up a little bit. We're just going to add a few more leaves. And then once tomorrow, I'll take a picture of it and I'll post it so you can see what it looks like against the wall with the leaves. And then what's nice too is when you finish the back, it'll help push the leaves out so you can really see them too. What part of California, Donna, are you from? Yes, it is, huh, Teresa? Okay, I don't like that one. That one doesn't look good. That must have been the one I was cutting off. Yes, and with everything, the way the prices are, it can be an expensive hobby. Okay, we just have a few more leaves and then we'll be ready to wrap this up. Thank you for staying with me to see the finished result here. And I won't be live next Thursday, but I'll be back the following Thursday after that. Hi, Doreen, all the way from Quebec. That's so cool. It's so neat to see where everyone's from all over the place. New York, Maryland, Pennsylvania. Nice. Okay, we're almost there, guys. Get rid of those. I think we might end up doing a couple more. Let's just see. Yeah, cookies and milk at Debbie's. Turbo's trying to get back in, and he can't, so he starts scratching on the door. Do you hear that? That's Turbo saying, let me back in. I can't decide if I want in or out, in or out. Turbo, what are you doing? Okay, we're almost there. So see, if you added a back to this, which is what I do when I sell my wreaths, you definitely want to finish it off. But when you add something, it's going to hold these petals down. So you're really going to see them. Okay, I think that we should add, let's see, let's move these around. I think we might have to add, let's add a couple more, and then let's add one each on the side, and then I think that'll be good for the leaves. He is, Mary, I'm telling you, he is attached at my hip. He really is. He's my buddy. I love him so much. And he's getting a lot better. We've been able to take him places, and he's not barking like crazy. I think he's really loving all the attention that he gets. And he's starting to calm down a bit. So yeah, he's really good. I could take him places. I can even take him into Hobby Lobby and things like that now. And he does really good. So yeah, he wants to go everywhere with me now. But he's definitely ready for me to be done, because he's getting into stuff. He's like, this will get Mom's attention. Let me start getting into all her ribbon and taking it off the wall. Okay, we're almost there. And my internet's doing good. I haven't gone out this time, which has been nice. I was always worried about going live if my internet was going to be able to handle it. Turbo, what are you getting into? You getting into my ribbon? Oh, yeah, he does. Yeah, now you got to get Henry on the kayak. Turbo. Oh, you can have that. There he goes, taking my fall ribbon. No, you can't have that because I like this ribbon actually. That was, I think this was from Walmart, and sometimes they have some cute ribbon too. I got in trouble at Michael's the other day because I walked in and the ribbon was on sale for $4.99, the Halloween ribbon. So I wasn't supposed to buy any more ribbon, but I had to get a few of those rolls because they were so cute. Okay, we're almost there. And if any of you are new to my channel, there's a subscribe button down below. Make sure that you subscribe, like, and follow me for more wreath and crafting ideas. And I'm going to have a lot of fun ones coming up here. When I get back from vacation, I'm going to be starting all my holiday designs. And I'm going to hit the ground running, because I have a lot that I want to do. All right, I think that should do it with the green. And like I said, when you have something that's going to smush it down in the back, I think I showed you on my last live that these are a great way to finish your back. So see, if I added that, that's going to really smush it. Well, actually, this is going to be too big to add to it. But I would just do, what I would do is trace this a little bit larger, maybe a ½ an inch or so. And then use like a piece of foam core is what I like to use. And I use this stuff because it's thick and it will, you can cut it with an X-Acto knife. You do a little bit longer and it's going to push that, it's going to push those leaves down. So I know it's a little hard to see the green, but it's there. If it was against the wall, you'll be able to see it. See when I hold it up like that? So that is our poinsettia wreath. The ribbon was calling you, yes. So what do you think? Do you like it? It's so pretty. If you see it in person, it's really sparkly and so pretty. And I'll get those leaves all pushed up when I add the back and I take a picture. When it's against the wall, you'll be able to see it a lot better, the contrast. But, so that is the poinsettia wreath. You can do this on any wreath frame. You'll just have to add more mesh if you do it on the larger wreath frame. And if anybody has any question, oh yeah, Vito would get a lot of attention. Definitely, for sure. All right. So I hope that you all had fun watching this poinsettia wreath made in person. Sometimes it's just fun to see it done in live. If you have any wispies, you could just trim those off. When I sell them, I like to spray them with a clear acrylic sealer, and that will help seal those edges and preserve that beautiful red color. So I hope that you had fun and that you'll come back and join me on my next live, which will be not this next Thursday, but the following Thursday. I'll come up with something fun to make. In the meantime, make sure you check out my tutorial that will be out on Sunday at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I hope that you'll come back and craft with me some more. And thank you so much for joining me. It means so much to me to have you here supporting me on my life journey. And I hope you all have a wonderful evening and a great week. Thanks for watching, Holly Hobbies. From my heart to yours. Bye.